High alert, India-Pakistan war, 9 May big update.
A shadow over paradise, the Pahalgam tragedy. On April 22, 2025, the serene beauty of Pahalgam in Kashmir was shattered. A group of Hindu pilgrims on their annual pilgrimage to the Amarnath cave became victims of a horrific terrorist attack. The picturesque valley, known for its tranquility, was stained with the blood of innocents. 26 lives were tragically cut short. The echoes of their laughter were replaced by the deafening silence of grief. India wasted no time in pointing the finger at Pakistan, accusing them of harboring the terrorists responsible for this heinous act. The attack sent shockwaves through the nation, casting a long shadow of fear and anger. The attack in Pahalgam was not just an assault on innocent civilians, it was a calculated attack on the very soul of India. The government vowed swift and decisive action, promising that the perpetrators would be brought to justice. This tragic event marked a turning point in the already strained relationship between India and Pakistan. It became the catalyst for a rapid escalation of tensions, pushing the two nuclear-armed neighbors closer to the brink of war. Operation Sindoor, India's retaliatory strike. India's response to the Pahalgam attack was swift and fierce. On May 6, 2025, the Indian Air Force launched Operation Sindoor, a series of devastating airstrikes targeting alleged terrorist camps across the line of control in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The operation involved advanced fighter jets like the Rafale, armed with scalp missiles and AASM hammer bombs. India claimed that the strikes were carried out with precision, targeting only terrorist infrastructure and minimizing civilian casualties. The roar of fighter jets filled the skies as India unleashed its might on what it claimed were breeding grounds for terrorism. The operation, meticulously planned and executed, sent a clear message to Pakistan and the world. India would not tolerate acts of terrorism on its soil. It marked a significant escalation in the conflict, pushing the two nations dangerously close to an all-out war. Pakistan's response: a storm of drones and missiles. Pakistan, denying any involvement in the Pahalgam attack, condemned India's airstrikes as an act of aggression. In retaliation, Pakistan launched a series of drone and missile attacks targeting military installations and civilian areas in India's Punjab and Rajasthan regions. The attacks, while causing significant damage, also resulted in civilian casualties. The skies, once filled with the promise of a new dawn, were now lit by the fiery trails of missiles. The retaliatory strikes by Pakistan marked a dangerous escalation in the conflict. The use of drones and missiles, targeting civilian areas, raised serious concerns about the potential for a wider war. The international community watched with bated breath, urging both sides to exercise restraint and prevent the situation from spiraling further out of control. Skies ablaze. The aerial confrontation of May 7th, 2025, will be etched in the annals of history as a day of intense aerial combat. The skies over Kashmir witnessed a fierce confrontation involving over 125 fighter jets from both sides. Indian and Pakistani pilots engaged in a deadly game of cat and mouse, firing missiles and dodging enemy fire. The clash resulted in casualties on both sides, with India reportedly losing several aircraft, including its prized Rafales and Sukhois. The aerial dogfight was a terrifying display of military might. The roar of jet engines, the deafening explosions, and the sight of burning wreckage painted a grim picture of the escalating conflict. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the devastating consequences of unchecked aggression. In the midst of the ongoing conflict, it's important to remember the human cost: families torn apart, lives disrupted, and communities living in constant fear. The toll on civilians is immeasurable, with countless stories of loss and hardship emerging from both sides. Amidst the turmoil, diplomatic efforts have been ongoing. International bodies and neighboring countries have been urging both India and Pakistan to seek peaceful resolutions. Various diplomatic channels are being explored, but the path to lasting peace remains fraught with challenges. The global community watches closely, hoping for a breakthrough. The conflict has also had significant cultural and economic repercussions. Trade between the two nations has been severely impacted, affecting livelihoods and economies. Cultural exchanges, which once served as a bridge of understanding, have come to a halt. The ripple effects of this conflict are felt far and wide, touching every aspect of life. As we look to the future, the path ahead remains uncertain. Both nations face tremendous pressure to find a resolution, yet the road to peace is long and complex. The hope is that through continued dialogue and international support, a peaceful and prosperous future can be envisioned for both India and Pakistan. The journey is arduous, but the pursuit of peace is a shared aspiration.